Hey everyone, what is going on, and welcome back to today's video. In today's video we're getting into an episode, well, not really an episode, but a guide that I'm going to bring to you guys that has been requested a little bit in the comments down below, and it is how can you push from gold into plat. Now yes, this question does get asked every now and then from the people in the comment section, so I thought I'd eventually have to make this video because if it's requested, I feel like I should do it because that's what you guys want to see. So with that said, if you guys do find this video useful anyway, leave a like, drop a sub on the notification bell if you're interested in more videos from me. Also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams, links in the description down below. I'd love to see you guys there. And with that said, I don't really have anything else to say. I might as well get straight into the guide. So I have a few dot points written down here on my phone that I'm going to go over in this video on what really can affect you as a gold player when you're trying to push into that plat level. Obviously, this is just what I brainstormed from my past experiences and what I learnt eventually over time getting out of that that gold curse, I suppose you can call it. And I'd say these are what I went through. Maybe you guys have different things. We all have different play styles. We always got to remember that. But this is what I'm going to outline, and hopefully these tips do are useful, effective anyway. But anyway, let's get into them. So the first one I've written down here is operator selection, effective use of operators and their utility. So essentially what that means is there are like 70 operators in this game. They all have their own unique abilities. They all have their own unique powers. They all have their, well, not all of them have unique weapons. A lot of them have unique weapons. And when you pick an operator, you need to pay attention to all of this stuff that I just stated. Primarily utility. Utility in an operator is the reason you pick them, or should be the reason you pick them, not just because their gun can shoot people faster than the other person. Utility is, say, the sledgehammer, the breaching round, the EMP charge on Thatcher, the exothermic charge on Thermite, etc. All of these things bring specific sets of attributes to the team when you're attacking or defending, and when you are picking operators, you need to focus on them 100% more than their weapon. That is something that I probably got caught up in a lot when I was in gold. I just wanted to kill people, had a mindset of frag people, and if I die, it was the game's fault. You need to get out of that mindset for one, and two, you need to remember that utility is a very strong part of this game, and when picking operators, you really need to remember that utility is very important and needs to be utilized effectively for higher chances at winning rounds. The second dot point I have here is focus on learning, understand your deaths. So this kind of picks up on what I was just talking about before when, I don't know if this is a common gold mindset. I feel like it's kind of all over the place, but focusing on fragging is not something you should 100% dedicate yourself to at all times when you're playing this game. So what I mean is the game obviously can be won by killing people, but there are multiple other route strategies that you can take other than just killing everyone on the other team and winning the round. So as I just said before, utility comes into it, teamwork, just everything that really, there's so many other ways you can do it other than just running and gunning. And when you do this, when you have that mindset, that the run and gun mindset, a lot of the time when you die, you're probably going to get angry and you're probably going to blame the game because you're like, oh, I headshot him, what the hell, stuff like that. You really need to work your way out of that mindset and start learning to understand your deaths. You'll see this in my Solo to Diamond series. If you guys go back like a year ago to my videos back then, I'm pretty sure I blamed the game for like every death I had. But in the more recent videos, you'll see that sometimes it is the game's fault. I'm not denying that. This game does have its errors, but majority of the time, if you actually go back and look at it, like, because I go back and watch all my videos, right, when I edit them and stuff, I can see that majority of the time it is a clean death. I messed up on my end, and sometimes you get caught up in the moment and you just start saying, what the fuck is that, stuff like that. Try and just understand your deaths more and take them into an account and learn from them. Learn the mistake you made in that death and what got you killed, and then go and try and perfect the thing that might have got you killed. So maybe it was your aim, your crosshair placement, your positioning, just all of these things that factor into the fact that you died, and try and learn from them and gain experience from your deaths. The next dot point I have here is the clutch. The clutch is 100% something that still gets to people in champion, diamond, stuff like that. I don't know, I'm not either of those ranks, but with that said, the clutch is something that you really need to stay focused in. You cannot let your emotions, I suppose, get the best of you when you are in the clutch. So say you're in the clutch, you're in a 1v whatever you're versing, and you just start stressing out and then the first thing that stress is going to do is it's going to make you move all over the place. You're not going to know what you're doing, you're not going to know what to do. Second of all, your aim's going to turn into absolute dog shit, and you're just going to start missing every shot known to mankind. And number 3, combine those two together and you lose the round with absolutely zero potential of actually winning the round besides pure luck. So there is ways to clutch these 1v4s, and the number one thing that you can do this is to stay calm. Staying calm is 100% something that will get you through majority of online video games in intense situations. I don't think an esport player sits there shaking his balls off because he's in a clutch situation. He's trained himself to deal with these clutch situations. This is something everyone should do eventually to improve their skill set and their focus when playing ranked competitive games. So one thing you can do to train yourself in this way is to just instantly assume that you're not going to win. If you're not going to win, then there's really you don't really have any stress. You're just like, the round's over anyway. This is something I personally do. Most of the time when you see yourself in a 1v4, most people do just say, I got no chance whatsoever. But as they progressively start killing more and more people, the chance of winning does become more of a realistic thing. And then you start to worry more about your actions, plays, etc. And you'll start tripping up, stuff like that. One thing I can suggest is just, even though you're still killing people, just keep that mindset in mind that, I'm not going to win this. I still have pretty low chance. He's got a better advantage, stuff like that. Although these are negative thoughts that will go into your head, it'll keep you calm because it won't provide that added level of stress that will be in your mind when you're trying to clutch a situation and you just cannot think about anything else except winning, because that's definitely going to get into your general movement, stuff like that you're trying to attempt, and it's just going to fuck you up. So try and keep that mindset. That's the best tip I can give. If anyone else has any better stress relief strategy, stuff like that, leave them in the comments down below. The next dot point I have here is crosshair placement. Now, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm not putting recoil in this one because now that I think about it, crosshair placement is something that you should probably master before recoil control, because in all honesty, most guns you can shoot about 5 bullets without a problem before recoil starts to actually start kicking in. And all you have to do is pull down on any gun, and the first 5 bullets probably will not be a problem. And if your crosshair placement is right, you're going to kill them in those first 5 bullets because your gun's already pointed at their head. They stand absolutely zero chance of getting anywhere. You're just going to absolutely body them, and they're not going to have a single chance of going anywhere. So in terms of this, I feel like practicing your crosshair placement is generally important, and as important as recoil control. I'm not underlying recoil control here. You should always practice your recoil control. Saturday's video is going to be a recoil control video, so I'm not denying that whatsoever. But crosshair placement is pretty important, and the best way you can teach yourself crosshair placement is obviously terrace hunt. I'm doing terrace hunt in the background. You'll see the majority of the time, my gun is pointed at their heads, or tries to be, and that's just something I've practiced for long times, of just warming up, playing terrace hunts generally, and just getting the feel of how to aim at someone's head. If you guys want a crosshair placement video, let me know down below, and I can definitely make that happen next week. Now, the next point I have here is effective drone use. You guys already know this, but in gold, I feel like the one of the major gaps that takes from gold to plat is the drone. The drone is something that probably gets utilized not as much as it should in gold, and probably too much in plat. I'd say plat is like the phase of use your drone too much. I suffer this incredibly. It's something I've been working on as an individual for a while now, and I'm getting better, but we won't talk about that. But effectively using your drone, I'd say it factors into about 3 things: droning ahead of you, droning your flank, and droning your teammates. These are 3 effective ways you can utilize your drones that I just think of on the spot. So the first one is droning ahead of you. So when you are droning, obviously, droning ahead of you is probably the most common way you'd utilize your drone, and it is to just drone wherever you plan to push. So drone, if you are going to push into the CCTV area of not armory lockers, of border, there is a security room, CCTV, whatever you call it. There is that big ass room. There's the fridge in the corner. You just do a little deceptible drone all around the area just to check every corner, and then you push in. That's droning ahead of you. Using your drone like this is always going to be the best way to use your drone, in my opinion. Obviously, the other 2 are effective ways as well, but do not forget to use this, and don't just rush into rooms without droning, because half the time you will find the Kavira main sitting in a corner who's going to interrogate you and piss people off. So with that said, I do recommend that you do drone ahead of you as much as possible, and that should hopefully help you benefit and drone ahead. I don't know. I think you guys get what I'm saying. Now the second point I had was droning your flank. Droning your flank is watching every type, like once you are in a situated area and you are droning effectively and you feel like you're confident in that area and you want to hold it for a little bit, if you have that drone still hanging around that you used to drone in front of you, why don't you put that on a flank, so in case someone sneaks up behind you, you have a drone there that maybe a dead teammate, if you have one, can watch and give a call out to you, obviously if you have teammates. And even if you don't know them, you may be able to get a dead person random to ping, and that might even come in effective use when you are sitting on that. Just having that drone there will help you in some situations. If you're in a team, 100% it will help you. You have someone to give that call out if they're dead. Even if no one's dead, you can ask someone to watch the flank if you're going to make a specific push, etc. And all of these things can be utilized just by simply putting a drone on your flank. And the final point in effective drone use that I had was droning your teammates. Droning your teammates only really works when you're in a team. Obviously, droning your teammates when you are playing on your own is probably a little bit more difficult because you have to ping, and pinging slow, stuff like that. But active callouts in a party is always going to help you out, and just effectively doing that with a teammate, if you guys can work together like that, is going to be probably one of the best ways to utilize your drone, because one person is taking up the helm of running and gunning while the other person provides good intel on the drone, and just this combo together will probably increase your chances of coming out victorious, if I'm going to be completely honest. But with that said, I'd say that's probably all of the main things that I would highlight over a gold video. I have more dot points here, but I don't want to make the video too long, so if you guys want a part 2, let me know down below and I will happily make this. But they're not really too in-depth, they're not like the craziest tips, so I feel like I got all the key ones out in this video. And if you want more of a I don't even know what the word is, just a more subtle gold tip videos that are probably more like low plat level tips, stuff like that, let me know down below and I will make that for you. But with that said, again, if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, drop a sub, check out my Twitch channel, links in the description down below. We've been streaming there every day, just having fun over on Elder Scrolls Online. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, the links in the description down below, Twitch TV/VExtinction if you want to look that up. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found these tips useful. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. If you didn't, also let me know before you go so I can improve my videos and make them better. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.